I can hear them. They're close, maybe 50 yards, searching, calling out to each other. I'm hiding under a rock ledge. My leg is shattered. I've been shot. I don't even know how many times anymore. 11? 12? There's so much blood I can't tell where it's all coming from. And I'm alone. Mikey's dead. Danny's dead. Axe is dead. My brothers are gone. 200 Taliban fighters are hunting me through these mountains, and I have one magazine left. I'm 29 years old, and I'm about to die in Afghanistan. But let me tell you how I got here. Let me tell you about the day that changed everything. The day we made a decision that cost us everything. My name is Marcus Luttrell. I'm a former Navy SEAL. I'm 50 years old now. In June of 2005, I was part of a 4-man reconnaissance team in the mountains of northeastern Afghanistan. Our mission was called Operation Red Wings. I was the only one who came home alive. What I'm about to tell you is the story of the greatest men I ever knew. My brothers, Michael Murphy, Danny Dietz, Matt Axelson. And I'm going to tell you about the decision we made, the decision that haunts me every single day. I grew up in East Texas, small town called Huntsville. My twin brother Morgan and I, we were inseparable. We did everything together. Our mom raised us right, taught us about faith, about doing what's right, even when it's hard. Our dad taught us to hunt, to shoot, to be tough. Morgan and I used to wrestle in the living room until we broke furniture. Mom would yell at us, but Dad would just smile. He was making us into fighters. When I was 14, I knew what I wanted to be. A Navy SEAL, the toughest of the tough, the best of the best. I watched a documentary about Hell Week, the brutal training where they break you down to see if you have what it takes. 200 guys start, maybe 20 finish. I told Morgan, that's going to be me. In 1999, I enlisted, made it through BUD/S, Basic Underwater Demolition/SEAL training. Hell Week nearly killed me. 5.5 days, no sleep, freezing water, running until your body shuts down. But I made it. I became a SEAL, and that's where I met them. Michael Patrick Murphy. We called him Murph, or Mikey. He was from Long Island, New York, Irish-Italian, smart as hell, had a college degree, could have done anything with his life. But he wanted to serve. Mikey was the moral compass of our team, the guy who always did the right thing, no matter what. He was also tough as nails. Lieutenant Murphy, our team leader. When Mikey gave an order, you followed it, not because you had to, but because you trusted him with your life. Danny Dietz, from Colorado, 25 years old. Danny was the radio guy, communications expert. But man, Danny was a warrior, fearless. He had this intensity about him. When the bullets started flying, Danny was the guy you wanted next to you. He had just gotten married. His wife, Maria, he showed us pictures all the time. He couldn't wait to get home to her. And then there was Matt Axelson. We called him Axe, Californian. Quiet, didn't say much. But Axe was probably the best shot I've ever seen. Sniper-level accuracy. Cool under pressure. Axe had this dry sense of humor. He'd say something deadpan funny, and you'd miss it if you weren't paying attention. But when things got serious, Axe was all business. These weren't just my teammates. They were my brothers. We'd been through hell together, trained together, fought together. We trusted each other completely. June 27th, 2005. We were operating at a Bagram airfield in Afghanistan. Our target, Ahmad Shah, high-value Taliban leader. This guy was responsible for killing dozens of Marines, coordinating attacks, running a terrorist network in the Kunar Province mountains. Intelligence said he was hiding in a village called Chichal, remote, high up in the mountains, rugged terrain. Our mission, insert covertly, observe the village, get positive ID on Shah, call in coordinates for a strike team, 4-man recon team, in and out, 48 hours, tops. We inserted by helicopter at night. MH-47 Chinook dropped us on a ridgeline about 10 clicks from the village. The pilot looked at us before we jumped. "Good luck, boys." We fast roped down into the darkness, hit the ground. The helo lifted off, and then just wind, mountains, stars overhead. We were alone, deep in Taliban country. We moved through the night, tactical formation, Mikey on point, me and Axe in the middle, Danny bringing up the rear, monitoring comms. The terrain was brutal, steep mountains, loose shale that made every step treacherous. We climbed for hours. By sunrise, we'd reached our observation position. We found a spot with good cover, trees, rocks overlooking the village below. We set up, pulled out our spotting scopes, and we waited. Hour 1, nothing, just villagers, farmers, kids playing. Hour 2, we spotted armed men, a K-47s, moving between buildings. Hour 3, we heard them before we saw them, bells, goats, 3 Afghan goat herders coming right toward our position. Contact, civilians, 3 o'clock. Mikey hand signaled. We froze. The herders were maybe 100 yards away, coming closer. 2 older men and a teenage boy, maybe 14 years old. If they saw us, our mission was blown. Worse, they could tell the Taliban exactly where we were. We tried to stay hidden, but the damn goats, came right toward us. And then the boy saw us. His eyes went wide. The older men saw us too. We had seconds to decide. Mikey grabbed them, sat them down. They were terrified. We had 3 options. Option 1, kill them, 3 shots, bury the bodies, continue the mission. But they were unarmed civilians. The boy was 14. Killing them would make us murderers. Option 2, tie them up, leave them. By the time they got free, we'd be extracted. But if we tied them up and something happened, if they died from exposure from animals, that's on us. That's still murder. Option 3, let them go. But if we let them go, they'll tell the Taliban, and we'll be compromised. We took a vote. Danny wanted to kill them. They'll run straight to the Taliban. They'll kill us. Axe said tie them up. We can't murder civilians. I didn't know. I was torn. Mikey looked at each of us, then at the boy, 14 years old, scared, crying. Mikey said, "We're not murderers. We're SEALs. We don't kill unarmed civilians. We let them go." I agreed. Mikey's right. We let them go. We watched them run down the mountain, disappearing into the valley. Mikey got on the radio. "Command, this is Red Wing. We've been compromised by civilians, requesting immediate extraction." Static. Then, "Negative, Red Wing. No birds available. Hold position. Extraction in 4 hours." 4 hours. Mikey looked at us. "Gear up. We need to move to higher ground, now." We grabbed our packs, started climbing, moving fast. 30 minutes later, we heard them. Taliban fighters, dozens of them, coming up the mountain. Danny checked his scope. "Contact. 50, no, 80. Jesus. Over 100 hostiles. They're surrounding us." Mikey, "Find cover. Now." Boom! RPG. The rocket-propelled grenade hit the tree above us. Explosion. Shrapnel. Everywhere. "Contact! Contact! Taking fire!" A K-47 rounds tearing through the trees. Bullets hitting rocks, trees, dirt, everywhere. I returned fire. Short, controlled bursts. 2 Taliban fighters dropped, but for everyone we killed, 5 more appeared. Mikey, up the mountain! Move! We ran, firing, moving, bounding from cover to cover, but they were everywhere. Above us, below us, flanking us, another RPG closer. The blast threw me sideways, my ears ringing, blood running down my face. I couldn't hear. Everything was muffled, like being underwater. Danny grabbed me, pulled me behind a boulder. "Marcus, you hit?" I felt my body, blood. I'd been hit, leg, shoulder, but I could still fight. I grabbed my rifle, kept shooting. We were getting pushed back, higher up the mountain. The terrain was getting steeper, dangerous. And then the ground disappeared. I fell 30 feet down, hit rocks, kept tumbling 50 feet, 70. My body slammed into a tree. I felt ribs crack. I looked up. Mikey, Danny, Axe, they'd fallen too. We'd tumbled down a cliff face, but we had to keep moving. The Taliban were right behind us. We found a small depression, barely any cover. But we set up a perimeter, 4 of us, back to back. And the Taliban kept coming. I was on my 4th magazine. 5th? How many rounds did I have left? Danny, I'm hit. I turned. Danny was down, blood pouring from his neck, his shoulder, but Danny kept fighting. That's the thing about Danny. He never quit. He was bleeding out, shot multiple times, and he kept pulling the trigger. Mikey tried to call for help, but the radio wasn't working. The mountains, too much interference. We couldn't reach command. Mikey looked at me. I saw it in his eyes. He was going to do something. Mikey, no! But he was already moving. Mikey stood up, walked out into the open, into the line of fire. He needed clear line of sight for the satellite phone, bullets hitting all around him, hitting him. But Mikey kept walking, found a rock, sat down, dialed the phone. "This is Murphy. We're taking heavy fire. My men are taking casualties." He was hit, in the back. "We need immediate support. Coordinates as follows." Hit again, but Mikey finished the call. "Thank you." Mikey dropped the phone. He picked up his rifle, kept shooting, and then he fell. "Mikey, ma'ake." I crawled toward him. Bullets everywhere. I reached him. His eyes. He looked at me, smiled slightly, and then he was gone. Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy, 29 years old. He died saving us. I had to keep fighting. For Mikey, just 3 of us now. Me, Danny, Axe. We fell again. Another cliff. This one was worse. Had to be 100 feet. I hit every rock on the way down, felt my legs snap. The pain was, I can't describe it. I couldn't stand. My leg was broken, bone was sticking out. But I could still shoot. Danny was in bad shape, real bad. He'd been hit 7, 8 times, maybe more, but Danny was still fighting. He was running his gun empty, reloading, shooting, over and over. The Taliban got closer. Danny looked at me, blood pouring from his wounds. "Marcus, I'm not going to make it, brother." "Yes, you are. Stay with me, Danny." "Tell Maria. Tell her I love her. Tell her I fought hard." And then Danny stood up. He walked toward the enemy, firing his weapon, drawing their fire away from me and Axe. Danny Dietz went down fighting, 25 years old. Now it was just me and Axe. We crawled, found cover behind some rocks. Axe was hit bad too, chest wound, bleeding internally. "Marcus, I'm done, brother. I can't move." No, Axe. We're getting out of here." "You are. I'll cover you. You need to run." "I'm not leaving you." "That's an order, Marcus. Go." I looked at Axe, my brother. He nodded. I crawled away. Every movement was agony. My leg dragging behind me. Behind me, I heard Axe's rifle, steady, controlled, covering me. I never saw Matt Axelson again. They found his body later. He'd killed 8 more Taliban fighters before he ran out of ammunition. 29 years old. I was alone. All my brothers gone. I crawled for hours, maybe miles, I don't know. My leg was destroyed, shattered. Every time I moved, the bone fragments ground together. I'd been shot 11 times. Shrapnel wounds all over my body. My face was torn up. My nose was broken. I could barely see out of one eye. And I was so thirsty. I found a stream, filthy water, probably full of parasites. I didn't care. I drank until I couldn't drink anymore. Night fell. The mountains got cold. I was shaking, going into shock, and then I heard them. Wolves. They circled me, yellow eyes in the darkness. I pulled out my pistol, one magazine left. I thought, this is how it ends. Not the Taliban. Wolves. But they didn't attack. They just watched. And eventually, they left. For 4 days I hid. The Taliban searched for me. I could hear them calling to each other, dogs barking. I found a cave, crawled inside, covered the entrance with branches. Day 2, infection set in. My wounds were turning black. Pus, the smell. Day 3, fever, hallucinations. I saw Mikey, Danny, Axe, standing over me. Mikey said, "Get up, Marcus. Don't quit on us." But I was so tired. Day 4. I pulled out my pistol. I put it to my head. I thought about my mom, my dad, Morgan. I thought about my brothers, what they'd sacrificed. And I heard Mikey's voice. Never quit, never. I put the gun down. I crawled out of that cave, and that's when I saw him, an Afghan man, standing there, staring at me. I raised my pistol, my hand shaking. He raised his hands, spoke in Pashto. I didn't understand. He knelt down, offered me water. I didn't take it. Was this a trick? But he smiled, a kind smile. He said something, made a gesture, pointing to himself, then to me. He was trying to tell me something. He picked up a stick, drew in the dirt, a village. Then he pointed to himself, to me, to the village. He wanted to take me there. I nodded. He helped me up, put my arm over his shoulder, and we walked. His name was Mohammed Gulab. He took me to his village, Sarawa. The villagers came out, women, children, old men. They stared at me. This bloody, broken American. Gulab spoke to them, pointed at me, and then they brought food, water, bandages. They were helping me. Gulab explained through gestures and broken English. Posthumously, a code, their code of honor. If someone asks for help, for asylum, you protect them, even at the cost of your own life. You, my guest, I protect you. That night, the Taliban came, 20, 30 fighters surrounding the village, shouting, demanding Gulab hand me over. Gulab walked out, faced them. This man is under my protection. By Posthumously, he is my guest. You will not touch him. The Taliban leader shouted, threatened. We will kill you. We will kill your family. Gulab didn't move. Then you will have to kill all of us. The villagers came out, old men with AK-47s, young men with hunting rifles. They stood with Gulab. The Taliban left. These people, these Afghan villagers, they risked everything for me, a stranger, an enemy of the Taliban. They saved my life. Gulab wrote a note, gave it to a boy. Run, American base. Give them this. The note had my name, my unit, coordinates. 2 days later, helicopters. But the Taliban heard them too. They attacked the village. RPGs, machine guns. Gulab grabbed me. Come, we must go. We ran. Well, he ran. He dragged me. The village was burning, people screaming. An RPG hit a building. The shock wave knocked us down. But Gulab pulled me up, kept going. A clearing. The helicopter was landing. A Chinook. SEALs jumping out, providing cover fire. American! American here! They saw me. 2 SEALs ran toward me, firing, covering each other. They reached me. "We got you, brother! We got you!" They picked me up, carried me. I looked back. Gulab was standing there, watching. Our eyes met. I raised my hand. He raised his. I owed that man everything. The Chinook lifted, banking hard, tracers following us. But we were away. We were safe. I was going home, but my brothers, they weren't. 19 Americans died during Operation Red Wings. Michael Murphy, Danny Dietz, Matt Axelson, and 16 more when their rescue helicopter was shot down by an RPG. The single largest loss of life in SEAL history, Lieutenant Michael Murphy was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, the first SEAL to receive it since Vietnam. He sacrificed himself to make that call, to save us. Danny Dietz was awarded the Navy Cross. Matt Axelson, the Navy Cross. Heroes, every one of them. Mohammed Gulab. He and his family had to flee Afghanistan. The Taliban hunted him, threatened to kill him for helping me. I brought him and his family to America. He's my brother. He saved my life. I wrote a book, Lone Survivor. Made a movie, not for me, for them, so that people would remember. Michael Patrick Murphy, Matthew Gene Axelson, Danny Philip Dietz Jr. I live with the decision we made every day, letting those herders go. Some people say we should have killed them, that it was stupid, that we got our brothers killed. But Mikey was right. We're not murderers. We're Americans. We're SEALs. We do the right thing, even when it costs us everything. I'm 50 years old now. I have a family, a ranch in Texas, but not a day goes by that I don't think about them. My brothers, they died for each other, for me, for you. That's what brotherhood means. That's what it means to be a SEAL. Never quit, never leave a fallen comrade. That's the promise. Mikey, Danny, Axe, I'm still here because of you. I live for you. I fight for you. And I'll make damn sure the world never forgets your names. Thank you for listening to their story. If this moved you, share it. Remember their names. And if you ever see a veteran, a SEAL, a soldier, shake their hand. Thank them. Because freedom isn't free. It's paid for in blood by men like Michael Murphy, Danny Dietz, Matt Axelson. God bless our warriors. God bless America. And never forget,